Peace and blessings and a whole lot of love. Call us Hadia. Drinking my green tea right now. I got a few minutes before my students come in. So I want to share a story time. I told y'all I'll talk about any and everything. A man is only going to do what you allow. Now I talked about how my estranged husband committed adultery. I left him and we had no contact for 4.5 years. And that's how it was going to be. But he saw my sister one morning. My sister was like, she had different views, so she decided to contact me and give him my number. So we had we began, talking to each other over the phone. Saw him a few times, but I still feel like he's still the same type of man. And I cut off contact for a few more months. But then my daughter's graduation came up and he did promise her that he was going to be there. So I allowed him to come out here and see us. Of course, he was trying to ease his way back into my life. Because he got this thing, you're my wife, you're going to always be my wife, I'm not going to divorce you, blah, 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 this and blah, blah, that. Now, I'm going to share something. So after the graduation, which was in June of 2018, he came back. I saw him on my birthday. We spent the day together in New York on my birthday. And then he came out to Philly the following week because we had a block party. He came out here and he spent approximately 7 days. And what's funny about that visit was his baby mother, the baby daddy he cheated with, and oh my God. Well, anyway, he still effing that because that's what she allowed. So, evidently she must have found out that he came to see me. Never mind that he has a daughter with me. I guess she concerned whether or not we're going to get back together, and so she felt some type of way. Well, this is what you get when you see with a married man who doesn't and will not divorce his wife. So, she decided to send me 3 pictures, as I talked about in another video. So that right after she sent the pictures, I got on the phone and talked to him. He asked me to send the pictures to him, so he is aware of her sending me the pictures. So right after I sent the pictures, he said, well, I'm taking the next bus out there. I'm coming out there tonight. So he came out here that same night. And he stayed for a week. He cooked. He helped me cook. He cleaned. He did the whole entire barbecue for the block party. He spent whatever little money he had out here being his husband to his wife. I'm enjoying it because I'm having fun. It was cool. 7 days straight. Morning, noon, night, afternoon, whatever. We were intimate. Then he came out here the following week for 2 nights. Same behaviors. Good behaviors. But my spirit was telling me, you love him, but you don't want to be with him. See, your heart and mind gotta agree. Your mind be telling you one thing and your heart could tell you another thing. They weren't agreeing. And so I decided to tell him, I don't want to be with you. I don't want to be your wife. I don't want to be nothing to you. You can be in your daughter's life. She has her own phone. You can call her. You don't have to call me because she's 14 years old. You can deal directly with your daughter. But of course, anytime he called his daughter, he always asking about me. Where's my wife at? I want to speak to my wife. And my daughter told him, your wife doesn't want to speak to you. But the point I'm making is, he came out here all over me. Both visits. Now the side chick. This is what your baby daddy do. If I ever invite him out here, he's going to spend the majority of time with me, and that's something I can't have. And I realized I'm looking at him, and I'm thinking about all what he did to me and my daughter. And I was like, oh, sweetheart, didn't you say you love yourself? Didn't you say you value your worth? So why is you allowing him to come out here and you being intimate with him? I had to do a whole spiritual cleansing, because I didn't want no residue left over in me. I had to do a spiritual cleansing after that last visit. I had to really sit down and meditate. And I really realized my soul rejects him. Like, there's no way. Now, because before I was saying, oh, I'll never lay down with my husband again after what he did. And I was lying to myself. We were intimate for those both visits. And saying, a man is only going to do what you allow. And I just proved it. As long as he stay married, he's going to always feel that he got the upper hand. But he failed to realize, just as I was playing that game with him on those 2 visits, pretending to be this loving wife. But when it was all said and done, I realized I definitely don't want to be with that man. Like, my heart is not with him. My heart is actually with someone else. I don't want to be with him. And he don't even know what he wants. But he does like to use the fact that we're married, thinking he has some type of control over me. And I haven't talked to him since beginning of September, and it's now December. He tried to call me, asking me to call him, but I refused to. So yep, he came out here that week and was telling me how much he loved me and this and that, and how he want the marriage to work out and this and that. Oh, and another thing I want to point out, which is kind of sad, is that he has a son before me and him got together. Then it's my daughter. So they are like a year apart. Even when he have conversations about his children, he never talks about that side baby, which I find to be, as a mother, that's kind of sad. Because regardless of the fact that you hurt me and your daughter, that's still your child. He talked about the businesses and things. He talked about all his goals and dreams that he want, and how he want to leave me something as well as his kids. But this man never ever stated anything about that side baby. And like I said, as a woman, as a mother, that would hurt me. Because at the end of the day, that's still your child. And the only thing he kept saying, my son and my daughter, I need to leave them something. I don't want to leave. I want to leave my kids something. I want to leave you something if I should die. He never ever spoke about that side baby. And the only time he would say something about that side baby, if I asked him questions. Even when I was considering reconciling this marriage, he never once said to me, would you accept my baby? He already know I'm not accepting it. And he never tried to pressure me. He don't bring that side baby up or anything. And that right there says a lot about him. That says a hell of a lot about him. Because if we were to get back together, I'm not the type of wife that will accept a side baby. I don't care what other people say. Just that child will not be welcome in my house, because that shit not only hurting me, that shit hurting my daughter. And my daughter is my main concern. Some people could deal with that. Some women could deal with that. I can't. I just can't. And he's willing to reconcile his marriage knowing that that part will never be welcome in my house. And that's just how I feel. Child ain't got nothing to do with it. Child ain't asked to be born. But when you lay down and have a baby with a married man, there's consequences. There's always consequences. And how that little girl gonna feel when she grew up and find out that her mom slayed down with a married man and her father never divorced his wife? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I can give 2 shits about being legally married, because I'm gonna live my life regardless. But I'm not paying for shit. I'm not paying for a damn thing. It's not that deep. I'm not paying for nothing. I already kicked out money, almost $1,000. When that shit could have went to my daughter, because all she had to do was sign a divorce petition. My divorce petition is sitting up in the court, waiting for the rest of the paperwork to be filed. I'm not stressing over it. I have a man in my life. My man, he knows the situation. I do not want to be with my estranged husband. He is no good for me. He's no good for my daughter. And he can grow up and he can become a better man. But as long as there's trust issues, we can never have a healthy relationship. So no, I don't want to be with him. He can change. He can keep his D in his pants. He can do everything he's supposed to do as a husband. But this wife here does not want to be with him, because I'm going to always think in the back of my head, whenever he's not with me, he's out there doing something. Once you break that trust, you can't get that crap back. Some people work out their marriages over adultery, but I know in the back of their mind, they always worrying about whether their spouse going to go cheat again. So anyway, a man is only going to do what you allow. Loving yourself is the best thing you can do for you. That man came out here and did everything he was supposed to do. And when I kicked him back to the curb, he ran right over there and finished standing up with the one you can do anything with. And so, peace and blessings. God is high day. Story time. The thing is this. When a married man cheats and he screws up his marriage, and his wife leaves him and files for a divorce, if that man does not sign that divorce petition to be with the side chick properly, that man don't give a fuck about you. And a lot of women think that because, oh, he come to my house, he's over here all the time. That shit don't mean shit, because a man could fake a relationship. If he need a place to stay, he's going to fake a relationship. If he can have sex with you and anytime he want to, he's going to fake a relationship. Just because a man lay down in the bed with you don't mean he loves you. Don't mean he give a damn about you. Don't mean he want to be there. But when he know you got low self-esteem and you thirsty and you desperate and you willing to accept anything just to say you got a man, he's going to stay put until his ass grow up. So at the end of the day, you're not winning. You are losing. And then you're raising a daughter that's probably going to go up and do the same exact thing that you did, because you teaching her not to love herself, not to respect herself, and to accept anything. My daughter, at the age of 10, told me to divorce her father, that I deserve better at the age of 10, because she was taught how a man's supposed to treat you. So if you're the type of woman that does not love yourself, that's what you're teaching your daughters. When you are thirsty and desperate and lonely and you sleeping with another woman's husband, the same man that if his wife did like that, he gonna come running back to her. And that's the type of man you want to be with. That man, you don't love yourself. And it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. Who got the last laugh? The one who walked away and began loving herself. That woman got the last laugh. Peace, blessings, and a whole lot of love. Goddess idea, living her life, and learned a lot of valuable lessons. Never be desperate and thirsty for a man, especially a man that's married. To say that man loves you, you don't know what love is. To think that man care about you. And I feel like this, even if he doesn't want to get married, because he is like, I told you I'm only going to have one wife. I only want one marriage. Even if he feel that way. When you're with another woman that you claim, or that she think, when you're with another woman, after you done cheated on your wife, if this man cared anything about you, even though he doesn't want to get married again, he will divorce his wife to make you feel secure. But he's not willing to do that. And you trying to sabotage something that's not even in the making. Because what she was trying to do is sabotage if I decided to reconcile with her. But you can't sabotage that, because the man doesn't want a divorce. He does not want a divorce. He know I'm with someone else. He knows this. He know I don't want to be with him. But he's going to hold on to that little bit of hope. Maybe one day we can get back together. Normally when a man cheat and his wife didn't do nothing to cause that, he ain't trying to let that go. And if he gonna hold on to a little bit of hope by staying married to me, in the hopes that we will one day get back together, he's gonna do it. Peace and blessings. God is Hadia.